So hello and welcome to another of my Isle of Man ride guides. So we're out here at the Creg this evening. It's a very nice evening. All the boys are out having a beer and having a ride and having a drive. But we're not going to be doing the mountain today. We're going to be doing the Creg back road and up through Laxey back to Ramsey. So this is the route that you're going to take if you're wanting basically to do the mountain. Then you're going to go up the mountain, you're going to do the mountain, but it's one way. So you want the quickest way back, and that's the way we're going to do today. Normally ahead of me you'd have a traffic light up for the left hand lane, and then there would be cones coming all the way down the Creg for the one-way system, and obviously traffic would go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between the lights. And where I'm sat at the moment, where there's only I think 4 bikes, there would be about 200, 300, as many as will fit here, and they're right out to the edge of the road as well. So yeah, we're going to go down the Creg back road. I'm hoping that they haven't put the speed limits in yet, but I think they have. So we might have a very boring video of me riding along at 50. So here we go. On to the Creg back road. So let's have a look. Well, that's confusing. The signs are just up, and I'm guessing that means it's de-restricted. I didn't go past any speed limit signs when I came over the mountain, so it must be de-restricted along here. So yeah, for you guys, this is going to be 50 at TT, unfortunately. I'm personally not a fan of the plan to make the Creg back road and the coast road a 50-mile-an-hour limit. I don't think that's going to achieve what they want to achieve. However, I'm not going to spend the whole video bitching about it as much as I would like to. We're on the Creg back road now. The tarmac, favourite thing about the Creg back road, I prefer it even to the mountain. The tarmac is just absolutely lovely, nice and smooth, loads of grip. Now the road is quite narrow and it is two-way, but there is still plenty of room, and obviously if you can see what's coming, you use the whole road, especially there where it makes sense to use the whole road there. What you want to watch out for on this road is the little turnings. Now first one that we're going to come across is up here on the right, and this is where people pull up into that plantation to walk their dogs and go mountain biking and stuff, but it's a blind junction for them pulling out. And I've come around here a couple of times and nearly been taken out by people basically looking one way and just pulling out. So just a heads up for that one. And we'll come down, and we're going down the hill into towards Laxey now. And yeah, as I said, you guys are going to have to sit at sort of 50 mile an hour. And I will as well, and I feel sorry for myself and I feel sorry for you guys. But unfortunately a few do ruin it for the rest. Anyway, as I said, the tarmac here is still absolutely lovely. However, we're about to come off the Creg back road and go onto the little road into Laxey. So here again, now the road actually continues right, and you've got to watch out for people coming the other way and wanting to turn down here, because again, if you come at this at speed and they turn across you, there's not much you can do. So just keep an eye out for that. Now once you've turned off the Creg back road onto this, it's still a bit bumpy. Sorry, it is a bit bumpy, and it's just, they're quite hard to see as well. Like normally with the big potholes, you can kind of see them, whereas with this it's more kind of just a wavy tarmac. So just a heads up, I wouldn't go flat out down here unless you know the road and you know where the bumps are. Now the road splits here, as you'll see by the sign. I'm going to pull up, I'm just going to talk you through. So what I do, and what the majority of bikers do, is we go straight ahead. Now that's a quicker route, but it's a single track and it's quite treacherous. They have re-tarmacked it this year, so it is a little bit easier, but still, if you're not comfortable going down that sort of road, go right. Now I'm going to tell you what to do if you go right, because going straight on in this video. If you go right, proceed along the road, continue on, you'll come into a housing estate is what it feels like. You get to a T-junction, turn right, you'll come down about 100 meters of road, and then you'll get to another T-junction, that's with the coast road. Turn left and you're on the coast road going back towards Ramsey, and you'll meet us where we're just about to come out on the coast road a little bit further along. Anyway, so I'll proceed along this little road. Now it is it's still bumpy, and you want to watch out for gravel and mud on the road again. They do have cows and things up here, and they do come on the road to move between fields, and you do get quite a lot of mud on the road, so just keep an eye open for that. Now it is, as far as I'm aware, it's de-restricted to this point here, and this is where it goes into the 30, and that's for Laxey. So slow down to 30 and just bumble around these corners, because it's a single track road. If someone's coming up at any sort of speed, you see all that gravel, that's not different coloured tarmac, that's just a big patch of gravel, so just watch out for that. And here as well, you really want to watch out for this, guys. If you come in just a tiny bit too hot, you're going to crash on that. That's quite bad, actually. So yeah, come down here and just keep an eye out for cars coming up. Just make sure that you can stop in time. Obviously, if you've been riding a while, you're aware of how good bike brakes are. A lot of people are very scared to haul on the brakes on these things. If you're going in a straight line, you can absolutely haul on the front brake as long as the tarmac is dry and you're not on any gravel, like there is just all the way down this road. So now this is the tightest bit. The bit that you can see furthest ahead, that's where you want to. That's where the most common. I must have seen 2 or 3 bikes go in the front of a car down here. Not badly, not injuring themselves, but just, you know, your dignity disappears out the window, and you've got to talk to people about insurance, and it's all very inconvenient. Okay, so here you want to turn left. Now this is the bit, as I said, they've re-tarmacked. Now it used to be just like that, all that bumpy, gravelly rubbish we've just ridden down. However, it's nice and smooth now. But you want to watch out for people coming up. Again, it's very, very steep. The video probably isn't showing that, but if someone's coming up at sort of 20 miles an hour in their car, you're going to find it very difficult to get stopped in time. Watch out for this bump as well. They put a drainage thing in there. It's enormous. It's basically Mount Everest. So yeah, this again used to be very treacherous, full of horrible gravel, etc, etc, and now it's very nice and smooth. Doesn't mean go fast down it though, obviously, guys. You've got loads of houses here with people in. They don't want loads of bikes going down fast outside the house, do they? They just want to enjoy TT. They don't mind the sound of bikes going past, they just don't want to have people firing past. Now you can see across the road there's a mirror. I just check over my shoulder for this one, but there is a mirror there if you need it. And now we're in Laxey, into the 20 zone, and don't miss that 20 zone. The signs are very small for it, and it's not like you miss it. I missed it for a long time, and I live here, so it's 20 through the village. So yeah, obviously if you had taken the other route, you would have come past here and you would have just gone, you'd be on this road now, and you'll see the little turn off when you ride past if you do take that route. And yeah, we're going to cruise through Laxey now. I'm very aware that the police have said they're going to have a much heavier presence on this road for TT because of the new speed limit. I'm not entirely sure what that entails, whether they're just going to have undercover bikes and cars everywhere, that's what they usually do, or they're going to have proper officers there with speed guns. I don't know, but I'm just going to point out the places that they usually sit, and the rest of it you're just going to have to, because I don't know, it's new for this year, and you guys are going to have to learn the same time as me. Just take it easy along the road, and yeah, just ride along at 50. It's going to be so boring, so boring. I can understand for, like, I said I wasn't going to have a go about it. I can understand for, like, when it's busy, you know, like people rush hour, people coming home from work and stuff. I can understand a blanket speed limit then, but I mean, it's going to be this sort of time when I'm out riding. I like going out in the late evening when everyone's down the pub and the roads are quiet. But now, when I'm going to have an empty coast road ahead of me, I'm going to have to drive along at 50 miles an hour. And as someone who has grown up here and spent basically my life riding along the coast road at normal speed, and I'm not talking I'm racing along there at 200 miles an hour, but you know, a comfortable speed. It's a nice wide road. It's got lots of straights that are not very hazardous, and you've got loads of room to react to stuff. I cannot agree. I cannot agree with it. Anyway, right, we're coming out of Laxey now, and this is where we find out whether we've got a 50 limit for the whole coast road. I came out of the coast road before coming from Ramsey, and it was a 50 limit as I came out of Ramsey. It's normally de-restricted. This is 11 days before practice, and they said they would bring it in for TT, so I don't know whether they've just put the signs up now. It's, again, very irritating if I'm honest, but yeah, at the end of the day, they're trying to stop accidents. I understand that. People do ride like knobs along the coast road, but they ride like knobs everywhere, and I just don't feel like yeah, as we can see, it's a 50 limit for the coast road, so we're going to have to bumble along at 50. But I don't understand why they think that putting 50 signs up like that is going to suddenly slow down all the people who are a danger to everyone else, you know. I actually feel that the amount of accidents is either going to stay the same or increase, and that's purely due to frustration. I think that people are going to get frustrated, stuck in a queue doing... There's a Manx saying that everybody drives at the Manx 37 mile an hour, and you'd be surprised how many vehicles you come up behind and they're doing 37 miles an hour. Like, once you know it, it just seems to pop up everywhere. It's one of those numbers. But if someone's doing the Manx 37 mile an hour, you're going to struggle to get past a queue of 2 or 3 cars when you stick at 50, aren't you? I mean, that's not going to be an overtaking maneuver that you're going to be able to do. So I can see a lot of frustrated accidents happening. But again, I can't see in the future, neither can the government, so we'll wait and see how it works out. I mean, but here, look, I'm not doing 50, I'm doing 45. But if I accelerate up to 50, again, this is somewhere that I would quite happily cruise up here at 80, 90 miles an hour, and, you know, I'm failing to see where this hazard that justifies putting a blanket ban for all of TT on. Temporary speed limit for certain times of day, okay. Even a 70 mile an hour speed limit, okay, that means that bikes can easily filter through the traffic, but 50 mile an hour, I mean, it's extremely irritating. Anyway, I said I wasn't gonna have a go about it, so I'm not gonna have a go about it. We're supposed to be talking about the coast road. Yeah, so it's nice tarmac. There's a few areas that aren't quite as nice, but everything we've done so far, aside from that little bit coming out the 30 zone of Laxey, is all nice and smooth, and you don't really need to watch out for bumps. You don't really get gravel on the coast road. It tends to be a well-maintained road because it is one of the main arteries for traffic to use on the island. Oh, 50 is so boring. So yeah, up to Balkan Rocks. This is accident hotspot. This left-hander here. A lot of people come in too fast and then go under the front of a car that's coming the other way. The wall, as you can see, has been rebuilt there. It's been rebuilt there. It's been rebuilt there. Again, if they wanted to just put a speed limit around the Balkan Rocks, that would be something that I'd approve of. But the blanket speed limit over is just... So yeah, around the Balkan Rocks. And I'm also aware of how long this video is going to be now. I think it's probably going to be near double the time that it should have been. So around this left-hander, again, the tarmac is very grippy here. It's a little bumpy, but it's very grippy. So don't worry. The main thing to watch out for past the rocks is you get big lines of water going across the road from where it drains down the cliff face and the drain gets blocked. So I was going to talk about policemen. Now, the first place that they're going to sit along the coast road once you leave Laxey, they do like to stand just after the tram lines in Laxey, but I forgot about that. I was busy ranting. They like to sit here. Obviously, in the past, there's been no speed limit, so they just kind of sit there and watch you and obviously respond to any incidents that happen further along the road. But now with the 50 limit, they're gonna sit there, and I presume they're just gonna sit there with a speed gun and pull over everyone and make loads of money. So yeah, onwards. Ugh. 52, back down to 50. Thrilling video. Not really much to say. Anyway, no, there are grids through here. This is the main one I would say through here is the grids. Do I have a habit of putting them on the racing line? In fact, it seems to be a requirement for any grid they put on the racing line. I'm not talking about the racing line across the whole road, I'm just talking about the racing line in your lane. So obviously as a bike you can use a lot more of the lane, you're not confined. But yeah, that one is one to watch out for. At 50 though, you've got nothing to worry about. So I guess that's one good thing. So So yeah, now we come around. That's North Barrule that you can see over there. We're next to the tram line, so you'll get a chance to wave at the people on the trams as they go along, and the trams will probably be overtaking you because you're going so slow. And again, how many cars have we seen? 2? Maybe 1? And I've been riding this road for like 5-10 minutes, and I'm not saying it's going to be this dead in TT, but late at night, like this sort of time at night in TT, and then we have another 50 sign despite the fact it was already a 50 limit, but late at night in TT, these roads are just absolutely dead. And I absolutely love coming sort of late at night and just doing the mountain, coming back along the coast road. I'm not racing around, I'm not, you know, wheeling everywhere. I'm just bombing along at my own comfortable pace that I know I can do safely, and I can stop for any hazards that happens to be further along. Right, a bit of excitement now. We get slow from 50 down to 30 for Glenmona. So again, the coppers like to stand on the right with a speed gun. They actually stand on quite a few places in Glenmona, so get yourself down to 30. Just don't speed through here, guys, it's just not worth it. Every year I'll be sat in a queue of traffic, we're doing 30, 35 through here, and some knob will ride past on his R1. I'm not saying it's R1 riders, but that's just an example, and he'll be doing 50, 60 in the outside lane, and what do you gain from that? What do you gain from it? Because the thing is, we would come out of this 30 limit into a D-restricted, and I'd just catch him up in about 200, 300 meters. There's just absolutely no point. So another place the coppers like to sit the speed guns is here on the left in the bus stop, and they like to just stand on the other side of the road for people coming the other way as well. Don't think you're safe if you're coming the other way back along the coast road. You're not. They like to get people both ways. But this is taking a long time. I haven't ridden along the coast road at 50 miles an hour since my L Plater 125 days, and I've forgotten how long it takes. So yeah, down to near the Coronet. You want to watch out for this one as well. This is again a steep hill. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Tarmac it's grippy, but it's rough, so, and a heads up, there's a scattered amount of tiny little manhole covers there to watch out for. And they also I've seen them a few times in that bus stop as well. And then out of the 30 into the 40. Now again, this is what I'm talking about. I'll accelerate up to, I was doing 30 there, I'll accelerate up to 40. I want to overtake this bus. I know full well that around this corner and over the crest there is an enormous straight that is easily enough for me to safely overtake a bus. However, I've now got a 50 limit to take in hand, so I'm going to have to hope that the bus drives at about 40, 45 miles an hour so I can do a safe overtake at 50. So there we are, I'm at 40. We'll see if we can get past. If there is a car coming the other way, it doesn't matter how far away it is, I'm just not going to be able to get past. Nope. And this is where I think we're gonna encounter issues with people basically rear-ending, etc., etc. It's not. They're very probably going to reduce the amount of high-speed accidents, but I can't remember the last time a person died on the coast road during TT. It tends to be the mountain, and then you just have these odd spots around the course where one year it'll happen here, one year it'll happen in a different place. But the coast roads, while I will admit the standard of driving is not very good along the coast road by visitors, is normally one of the safer routes, I would say. So right, we're doing 35. Let's see if we can overtake him safely at 50. Well, he paused to let me pass, so thank you very much, kind sir. I think even the bus driver there let me pass because he knew that I had to do 50 past it, and it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Anyway, so yeah, you'll be coming along here again. You're doing 50, so you haven't got very much to worry about. And this is where you'll come around the top of, oh, what's this called? What is this called? Rest and be thankful. There we are. And this is the big hill down into Ramsey. You can see we're quite high up elevation wise. And I'm not sure if you can see, but there's Sellafield over there and Cumbria, and yeah, it's very clear tonight. So yeah, we want to watch out for this corner as well, if you come in too fast. But it's 50 again, so I doubt you're going to come in too fast. It's down the hill. Now, this is an accident hotspot down here. I'll close the visor so you don't have the wind whistling. Accident hotspot down here, and that is this left-hander down here. People come too fast down here basically, and then it's very steep hill. They try and brake in time, they can't brake in time, and then they go out onto the wrong side of the road and either go over the edge or under the front of some heavier, very metal vehicle. Yeah, around here again there is a few grids to watch out for. This one I like to go on the left hand side, even though you are basically in the hedge. Just the line for this corner just makes it worthwhile in my opinion. And then there's a turning down here where they come out from Mackle. Just watch out, it's very difficult. I've turned out from there, it's very difficult to see. This grid here, again, I go out wide and come back in. You can go on the inside as well. Another grid here, Ferrari on the wrong side of the road. Another grid there, I stay on the inside of that one, and then another grid here, I stay on the inside of that one as well. Oh, 52, better slow down, don't want to kill myself. Again, there's another turning from Mackle here. This is the second turning. Again, you can see we're kind of coming over a blind crest, and someone who's pulling out of there cannot really see people coming at speed. But again, you're going to be doing 50, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just watch out for Mackle's full of old people. Watch out for old people pulling out from there. And again, there's holiday homes up there. People pull out from there as well. So again, if you're doing 50, then there shouldn't really be a problem. And then down into Ramsey. I'm sorry about the length of this video. It should have been about half of what it is, but it's just I've got to say 50. That's what the speed limit is. So down to 30 for Ramsey. Now there's two ways through Ramsey. I'm going to take you the long way because I think that's the way most people go. But if you're daring, you can turn left up here. You go up there. You get to a fork in the road. You turn right. You go down there and you come out on the Waterloo Road, which is the road that we're just about. Is it Waterloo Road? No, it's not. It's Queen's Drive West, and we're going to turn up Queen's Drive West now, and I'll point out where it comes out as well. Lovely evening. So yeah, down into Ramsey. The police, I haven't seen the police doing speed checks down there, and frankly that's a place to do speed checks because everybody drives at 40 down there, but no, don't really see them down there, but obviously just keep your eyes open. Now you're going to turn left here, and this is onto Queen's Drive West. This is not a particularly good road. It's been chopped up, put back together many times, and as a result is it's not quite awful, but it's hey look, there's Adam. Yeah, it's not awful, but it's not great. Anyway, yep, up Queen's Drive West. I'm nearly there. Oh bloody hell, left my indicator on again. Really bad for that while I'm doing videos. So yeah, if you took the little shortcut that I pointed out a few seconds ago, then you will come out of this left-hander here, Crescent Road it's called. So you just want to pull up here, turn left, and yeah. And then straight ahead of me, you can see the TT course again. And this is the start of the mountain. Now, chances are at some point you're going to come here and it's going to be closed. In fact, forget chances. Chances are you're going to struggle to get a go over while it's open because it's just shut all the time in TT. But if there is a hazard, have a look at the matrix sign they normally put up if there's fog or there's accident or if there's oil on the road, and the police will sit there and stop people going across if it is shut for whatever reason. But yeah, that is the Creg-Ny-Baa back road and the coast road. I'm sorry it took a bit longer than usual. Pretty sure I made my views clear on that. and you obviously can make up your own minds on it. And yeah, I hope it comes in useful if you're basically just doing the mountain and going around because it's too busy in the middle of the day and you don't want to do a full lap. Then that is the route to do. And yeah, I hope it comes in useful. If you like the video, give me a like. If you got any suggestions or any questions, give me a comment. I will respond to that within the day. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try and get quite a few of these videos out before TT, and during TT I'm going to do a one-way mountain guide for beginners, and I'm going to try and do a one-way mountain guide for more experienced riders over the mountain as well. However, doing a video like that and staying within the bounds of legality is going to be an interesting task. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you next time.